everybody, it's Krista with Eat Real America. So let's talk about eggplant. This is one of those vegetables that when I ask people, what is a vegetable that you have no idea what to do with? 98% of the time people say eggplant. And you know, honestly, growing up, my husband and I, neither one of us thought we liked eggplant. And it was so funny, I asked him why he didn't like eggplant, and he goes, I don't know, I don't think I've actually ever had it. And I really don't think I like eggs, and it has the word egg in it, so I don't think I like it. Just goes to show how far we've come on our real food journey. So anyway, with eggplant, so there's different varieties. So this is kind of your typical American style eggplant, but there's other varieties like Chinese, Japanese, there's even Thai eggplant. They come in white, all very similar. You cook with them, all very similar. But a lot of people have the perception that eggplant is spongy or chewy or bitter. So we're going to show you one of our favorite ways to cook eggplant. It's none of those things. So we're going to do roasted eggplant bruschetta. So good. So if you know me at all, you knew I was going to tell you that we were going to roast eggplant. So all I did, we've got the oven preheating to 425 degrees. Now I typically say with roasted veggies, 400 degrees is the magic temperature. But this one, we're gonna kick it up just a little bit more at 425, but totally personal preference. So all I did was cut the ends of the eggplant, and then we sliced it up into a 1/4 inch slices. Now, because we're making bruschetta, I mean, you're gonna want your pieces a little bit bigger if you wanna hold the topping and kind of pick it up and eat it, but you can also use smaller slices and eat it with a fork. It's great either way. Okay, so all I've done is slice about 2 eggplant, and I've already olive oiled and seasoned one side, and I flipped them over. And so what we're gonna do, if you don't have an olive oil sprayer, I highly recommend getting one because they're crazy handy. So we are going to just spray the slices and then do some salt, pepper, just a little bit. So you're gonna do about 1/4 teaspoon if you were gonna measure this out. And then we are going to add just one seasoning, and it is called za'atar. And so za'atar is a very typical Middle Eastern seasoning. So it includes the seasoning sumac and some thyme and oregano and other spices. If you cannot find za'atar, you could also use sumac, but lemon pepper seasoning is a really great substitute. But we love za'atar on so many things. It's especially great on roasted vegetables. So we're just gonna sprinkle some za'atar on here. And my oven is actually already ready. So what we're gonna do is we are going to roast this undisturbed for 20 minutes. And then we're gonna take them out, and they're gonna be starting to brown, and we're gonna flip them over and do another 10 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in the oven for 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna make the bruschetta topping. So in this bowl, I have 3 tomatoes. Now this is the perfect chance to use summer, fresh, and seasoned tomatoes. And you can totally mix it up whether you want to use cherry tomatoes or regular tomatoes. Tomatoes that are cracked and juicing and falling apart, perfect place for this too, because you're just gonna chop them up. So in here is 3 tomatoes. And then we're gonna add a red onion and 1/4 cup of feta cheese. Now we're also gonna add some olive oil, and we're gonna add some red wine vinegar and some pepper. And so typical bruschetta calls for fresh basil, and you can absolutely use fresh basil. But this is kind of a Middle Eastern Mediterranean bruschetta, so we're gonna use fresh mint. About 1/4 cup, so it's not gonna be overpowering, it's gonna give it awesome fresh flavor. So then the last thing that we're gonna add is capers. If you have never cooked with capers, they're like these tiny pickles, and they add amazing flavor to different things like this, especially tomato-based kind of salsas and toppings, and very similar to like what Greek olives would do, add a punch of kind of a saltiness and great flavor. So a couple tablespoons of capers. And so now that is all that is added to our bruschetta. And you're just gonna mix it up. Now the reason you wanna go ahead and make this while everything is roasting in the oven is because you wanna give it a minute for all the flavors to come together. So it is going to be the perfect topping. So as soon as the eggplant is done, we'll be back. Okay, so we just got the eggplant out of the oven, and we let it cool down for just a couple of minutes, but it's caramelized and browned, and a little crispy around the edges. So we're gonna plate it up. So, I don't know, 3, 4 eggplant. Top it with the bruschetta topping. And however much you want. Of course, you'd have to probably eat this with a spoon or a fork. But there you go. We're gonna have roasted eggplant bruschetta for lunch, along with a great big salad, which is how we roll. It's loaded with farmers market ingredients. But check out this recipe on eatrealamerica.com. But we not only have this eggplant recipe, but we have lots of others, including a cod ratatouille and curry dishes. So I would love for you to check all those out and go to the farmer's market and get eggplant, and don't be intimidated. You'll be able to find it there for the next couple of months. So we would love for you to check out these ideas and then let us know. See you soon.